Hey guys, Desolator Magic here, and clearly I'm running out of ideas for videos. God, I wish somebody from Wizards of the Coast would just crash a car into a boat and then get arrested naked while high on PCP and claim that they're Abraham Lincoln. Because, I would make a video about that. Hey, speaking of incredibly rude behavior, segue of the century, everybody! Segue of the century! Anyway, speaking of rude behavior, I thought I'd make a video just raising awareness. Oh yes, we're doing an awareness campaign of just bad behavior, just rude stuff that people do that they may not realize, maybe they do, I don't know. Maybe this video will do some good, maybe it'll just piss a bunch of people off, I don't know. But it's basically just rude stuff that people do at FNM, or really just anytime they're at the local gaming store. You could be playing D&D, you could be playing casual, whatever. Just, if you're going there to do something, these guys always seem to show up. Oh, and girls too, I guess, although I haven't met any like this. Well, we've got the exact traders, the people who, it's oh, this is $31.45 for my portion of the trade, but yours is $31.50. So we're gonna have to find a card worth 5 cents. You guys know the type. I mean, come on. I base the value of a card loosely on what its online price is, and then mostly on how badly I want it. If somebody's like, oh man, but I'm asking for $12 worth of cards and this Planeswalker's only worth 8. Are you sure? I'm like, yes, I'm sure. I want the damn Planeswalker. Situational price increase, or whatever you call it. Demand suddenly skyrocketed. I don't have a problem with inexact trades, and I don't know. I mean, I'm cheap as hell, and I'm not exactly just loaded with money, obviously. I don't know if it just has something to do with the fact that I open 50,000 cards every time a set comes out, so I just don't care. I don't know what it is, but stop getting all psycho about $1, people. Jeez. And some people are just so perfectionist about it. It could be $4 in their favor and they still want to even it up. It's come on, just calm the hell down. It's never going to be even. I don't want to dwell too much on the ones I've mentioned before, but let's just throw it out there. The smelly people, the people who have no idea what personal hygiene is. What the hell is wrong with you people? Seriously? I'm personally probably too polite to mention it, but if you just slightly piss me off, then I'll probably be in such a mood that I'll bring it up. What really sucks is when everybody's too polite to mention it, including the LGS owner. Take a damn shower, or I swear one of these days I'm just gonna snap and just Febreze in one hand, frickin' Lysol spray in the other, and just dual wield bomb somebody right in the face. I would be doing society a favor. Then we got the people that show up and they're super disorganized. They're counting their deck, they're sleeving the last of their cards, they're editing their deck. It's I get it. A lot of people come from work. Maybe their car wouldn't start. Maybe their phone didn't go off. Just whatever. People, they got stuff to do other than Magic. Your whole life doesn't revolve around Magic. But are you telling me that in the entire week since the last Friday Night Magic, you didn't have 10 minutes to fix your crap? You got to do it when you sit down against your first opponent. Your deck's 100% sorted. You're sleeving the last of it. Then you got to over shuffle it. And oh my God. Then you're you gotta find your dice and you forgot them at home. It's just the generally unprepared, disorganized people that just don't show up ready to play. And anybody could do this a couple times based on circumstances, but you ever notice that it's the same people over and over and over? So when they make a pattern of it, it's come on, you're just kind of being disruptive. It's a little bit rude to the other players. I'm super patient. I don't care. If I'm running a fast deck, I really don't care. But if I'm running a slow deck, suddenly I care because you're going to send it to the time limit and I might have won. So let's get back to trading. Okay, you guys know this guy. Okay, come on. They bring their unbelievably expensive trade binder with thousands of dollars in cards, and they're always oh, want to trade? Yeah, sure, cool. And then they're not really looking for anything. In fact, they could look through my personal trade binder, which is approximately 4 copies of every rare that's legal in the game that's under $5, otherwise I would have obviously sold it. And still, oh, they just can't seem to find something they want. But that's because they're not looking for anything. And then you're looking through their binder at their request, and you maybe find a couple things you want, maybe you don't. But either way, they're oh no, I can't trade that. Oh no, that one's for my commander deck. Oh no, I can't trade this. Oh no, that's for a deck. Well, then why the hell are you showing me your binder if you're not willing to trade anything? Or at the very least, if you just store your cards in your binder because that's where you keep them, have the front part of the binder be for trade and the back part be not for trade. Then put a little sticky note that says, from here on, they're not for trade, or just tell the person. I think we all know what these people are really doing, and it's showing off their card collections. Plain and simple. And it's annoying, it's stupid, it's petty, it's pathetic. So please stop being that guy. Plus, little safety alert for you. Somebody's going to steal your binder, okay? Once everybody knows what's in it and some shady random new person that you don't trust shows up, or just anybody, some drug addicted person or somebody who needs to pay the rent tomorrow, they're going to be like, that guy's got $4,000 sitting in his bag and he just went to the bathroom. And these people always leave their bags unattended. I'm sitting there playing security guard for them, watching it because they're being such an idiot and they never asked me to. I'm just like, okay, he's being stupid. I better keep my eyes on that. Oh my God, do not be this person. Nobody's impressed by your card collection. Even if they are, they get sick of it after a while. And if you say, hey, want to trade, you better actually want to trade, because guess what? There's only so much time between the rounds and I need some cards. So let's talk about quite possibly the most annoying people at FNM ever. These are the people that show up and they never actually enter, or they lose in round one and then drop and then just stick around. Either way, they're basically not participating, and they'll just watch games and make comments about them, and that's fine. Most people don't have a problem with that. If you do it to two net deckers, they're at the final table every single game. They're at the final GP table. They're in super serious mode, so they're going to be a dick about it. But most people don't care as long as you're not being too disruptive. But we're talking people who oh, what does this card do? Literally picks up your creature when you're about to go to combat and swing with it, reads it for 15 seconds, oh, that's neat, and then puts it back. In the middle of a game. What the hell? We're trying to play Magic here. And I've had little kids who just are immature and not that, bright about social stuff, I guess you would say. I've had them do it. I've had teenagers do it. I've had adults do it. So apparently this knows no demographic. But I mean, they'll be distracting people during games, and they'll be trying to start trades with people that are in the middle of a game. And a lot of this stuff I don't actually mind, because I've mentioned this before. I'm Mr. Focus. I can multitask and still play the game properly at exactly the same speed. I've made trades in the middle of a game, just on and off when I'm not in a phase, and when I need to do something, I do something, then I go back to it. And usually nobody complains because the game progresses at exactly the same rate. I still take 10 seconds to take my entire turn because I know my deck. So that kind of stuff doesn't bother me. But if somebody else is newer to the game, or it's their first time playing that deck, or it's the tiebreaker round and they really want to focus, or they're doing really well and they don't want to screw it up, yeah, don't start screwing with their cards. Don't start trading them. Don't start asking them what certain cards do. And certainly don't start commenting, oh, wow, that was a good pull, because that's not even allowed in the rules. You cannot give anybody tips. You cannot give them advice. You cannot say what the other person just did. You're lucky if you can even comment on what they just did being wise or affecting the game state in a positive or negative way. That is very strictly enforced at my last local gaming store, and I'm kind of pissed because somebody cheated last time and asked for advice blatantly. But these people, they're usually the tag-alongs, and it's usually a friend, it's a girlfriend or whatever. Oh, I guess some of them are girls then. See, I said they weren't, and then there was an example of that. But, they're asking their boyfriend, oh, can we go get pizza after this? And then they start plans, and then, oh, can I borrow your phone? And it's come on, we're in a game, shut up. I'm starting to think that the only reason these people bring their girlfriends is to distract their opponent and to show off to everybody that they have a girlfriend. So more rude behavior, the blamers, the people who blame any loss, any bad decision, anything on luck or bad matchups or just anything. They always have an excuse. And now this is a very fine line, because I would probably be considered one of these people. If I'm running mass creature destruction and you're running servo tokens, yes, I probably should have won. And if I'm saying, oh my God, I cannot believe I lost, it is 100% the fault of the fact that I couldn't draw mana all 3 games. I mean, yeah, that's true. That is why I lost. I would have won. I don't think my opponent cares, but if they're sitting there, talking about how their deck is so great and how great it's doing, I remind them, honestly, I probably should have won, just for the future reference. But in one of the tournaments, I was pissed because I think it was game day. I went up against the top deck in the world at the time, lost to it. It was a really bad matchup too. I actually probably could have beaten it with one of my other decks. And then second match, I went up against somebody who won, even though I lost. That's what they call a matchup or a pair up. And he was running the second best deck in the world at the time. I lost to that one just barely. It actually kind of was a good matchup, but it's a damn good deck, so I just barely lost. There is no reason that I should have been playing that person in round 2. So, yeah, if I'm blaming that, just dumb luck and just bad luck in the tournament system on my loss, then guess what? It's because that's why it was. But there's other people, oh my gosh, they blame their opponent for cheating with no basis. They blame their friend for distracting them with one text message during one game, or they blame their opponent for like misrepresenting the board state even though they didn't do it. Like people who they legitimately lost, but they have to come up with an excuse because they can't accept that they lost. That's a whole different kind of person. Now back on like the healthy side of the blamers, you damn well better be able to identify why you lost if you want to improve it. Every single time you lose a round, you should probably say, was it my sideboard? If I had better sideboard cards, would I have won instead? Was it that decision on turn 3? Should I have blown up a different creature? Should I have held onto that card longer? Should I have played these in a different order? You know, you should be able to find out why you lost. If you have no idea why you lost, then you're not going to get better. And like if you're perpetually mana screwed, well, do the math again and find out if you're supposed to add 1 or 2 lands to your deck. I mean, you can't just say, oh, it's bad luck if you're running 20 lands and every spell in your deck costs 3 or 4. Okay, then you're just stupid. So like I said, very, very fine line. Oh, and let's talk about one that really needs to be cracked down by Wizards. They actually have really strict rules about almost everything like this. Like one, you absolutely cannot have alcohol at a Wizards event, at a Magic the Gathering event, period. Not allowed. Can't bring it, can't serve it, can't drink it. That is, believe it or not, a rule. They also have a strict rule that says you cannot put an age requirement on any formal tournament. You have to let anybody of any age play. I guess you could kick them out if they are like 7 and have absolutely no idea how to play the game whatsoever, but they would probably just get a technical round loss and a disqualification by the judge in every single game until they give up and leave, so whatever. I've actually never seen that. Like, how would they even have a deck? Like, would somebody just send them because they think it's funny or something? I don't know. But as far as I know, they don't have a strict policy about this. They kind of do though. Like I'm not gonna get into it, but they kind of do. Basically, it's the person who's clearly a complete pervert. They've got some like disgusting anime girl with like her cha-chas out barely covered, you know, completely naked except for like some little leaf or something covering her tits or whatever. And yeah, they don't care that half the players there are under 18, and that's completely inappropriate. Even I find that pretty offensive, and other people could say it's just deeply distracting and just something they don't want to perpetually stare at while they're trying to concentrate on the game. Not to make men sound stupid, it's just, you know, it's just one of those things. So it's always the people with like the really perverted altars and like just imported from Japan or Greece especially, you know, tokens and stuff, and just horribly inappropriate for anybody who could be walking by. I mean, at my LGS, almost every Friday night, there's like some family or 2 or 3 or 4 walking in, you know, buying a board game or buying some Pokemon cards or whatever. Like there's like little kids right next to the play area, okay? Plus, you really want everybody for you to walk into a new LGS and plop down your playmat and your sleeves, and everybody immediately is like, wow, that guy's not right mentally. He's clearly a pervert. Wonder if he's a sex offender. And they start looking up your name in their phone to see what your court history is. Seriously, put away the weird girly sleeves and weird anime frickin' disgusting borderline hentai playmats. I'd say nobody wants to see that. There's probably some people want to see that, but not everybody wants to see that, and that's the important part. So don't be that guy. Oh, and by the way, I don't know if you've noticed, but those people are also weird as hell. Like, I am legitimately afraid of being abducted by this person at this point. All right, let's hit another topic. The have to wins. The people who have to win, whether they're net decking or not, and I think we all know 99% of the time, yes, they are net decking. Otherwise, that's a contradiction. They're being hypocritical. Oh, I absolutely have to win with my garbage 72 card deck I built myself. Yeah, no. But I mean, there's have-to-wins who bring really extremely good homebrews, so they're not all net deckers. But it's an attitude. It's oh my god, if I lost, it's the end of the world, and I'm gonna throw ragers in with it. The arrogant elitist, you know, just I get angry when I lose because I'm so entitled to win because I've been playing for 10 years and my deck costs more. You guys know those people, that personality, and it's always like this gigantic archetype. Okay, so they also never smile, they never make jokes, they don't talk to anybody except for their own little group, and then it's like, hey, did you hear about that pro tier? I'm thinking about going to a GP too. Might as well have a monocle, a top hat, and like some tea with your pinky out because you are like that level of elitist douchebag at that point. And then when they lose to somebody who just outplayed them and had a natural advantage with their deck, it's like mind-blowing. Like they cannot handle it. They have like a deep psychological problem. And this goes deeper. I mean, I might make a whole video about this at some point because I've mentioned a million times. They spend money they very clearly do not have on like $1,000 modern deck or a $300 standard deck, not because they like winning or because they have the money. Like I said, they don't have the money. I mean, look at their car, look at their clothes, look at where they work. So in other words, my entire old local gaming store, literally every last net decker there, it describes them. They pull up with their frickin' mufflers sparking into the parking lot, frickin' bottoming out because of their fat friends and their little 2,000-pound car that's like a 97 with 200,000 miles, and then pull out their brand new $400 deck. That just screams psychological issues. If you are spending your money in that way, you are like addicted to winning. You need to seek professional help and stop playing Magic immediately. I am completely serious. So everybody hates these people because, you know, whether they're complete ragers and they stomp off like a little toddler and don't even tell the staff that they're dropping, which was pretty much everybody at my local gaming store before, or they would just berate their opponent for beating them. Oh, you're lucky I got mana screwed. I should have won. Your deck is garbage. You don't know how to play. I've been playing for 10 years. I just went to this big event down in so-and-so, Chicago, and I just came back from blah, blah, blah con, and I'm so much better than you, and you're never going to win a game of Magic with that deck, and blah, blah, blah. I'm going to drop just so that your strength of opponent drops so that you don't win because you don't deserve to win. Every single word there I've heard at my local gaming store, the old one, probably 10 times. For those of you saying that you think it was wrong of me to threaten to stab some of my opponents and threaten to, let's see, what else did I'm not even going to say. You get the idea. You're like, Dash, you're just as bad as them. No, I'm not. It is a direct reaction to me putting up with that level of crap for month after month after month after month after month. At that point, they deserve to get stabbed, okay? I'm just stating it. I'm just letting it be known. I would actually say that these people are more toxic to a less literal definition than the smelly people. See what I did there? I would rather be borderline like gagging and throwing up because my opponent smells so bad because they're that much of a clueless freaking caveman than play against one of these arrogant elitist net decking have to win psychologically deranged douchebags. Trust me, I am saying this from experience. So if your LGS hasn't descended to that level of hell yet, lucky you. If it has, say something to the staff. If they don't care, burn the store down. Just kidding. I was being sarcastic. Do not do that. That was a joke. But hoping that it gets hit by meteorites, that is completely legit. Like, you can wake up every morning and be like, oh, I'm just going to check the news and hope that they got hit by meteorites. Nothing wrong with trying to psychologically will something to happen. It won't do crap, but it'll make you feel a hell of a lot better. So by the way, you might want to hit that subscribe button because either today or, oh yeah, it's only like 9:30. Holy crap. So probably today, I'm going to upload, at the request of one of my patrons, yet another LGS from Hell video. Oh yes, I believe I said the last one was the last one, but I actually thought of a couple more stories. These are pretty funny, actually. It is the most requested top series on this channel, so yeah, I guess I'll trigger my PTSD over going to that crap hole and visit it once again. Anyway, remember the 4 magic words. Don't be that guy. I'll see you guys next video.